right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back here at Cyber Trading. My name is Fausto. Good to see you all. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all in the trading room. Good to see everybody in the on social media. What a crazy market yesterday. What we had going on? We literally had almost a 500 correction in the last minute. I think a lot of you guys doing pretty well. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, Linda. Looking good on that coin and looking good on Mara. I mean, what was nice about those stocks is that the market crashed yesterday and they came down just a little bit. They're holding pretty strong, so we're still looking pretty good on those and also on Bitcoin. But I got a different layout today. I think I told you guys I wanted to change things up a little bit. I want to focus a little bit more on the NASDAQ Bookviewer because I know a lot of you here are very interested on it. Obviously watch me on NASDAQ talking a lot about it. Everybody should be getting this platform. I mean, and if you're a student of ours, obviously, it's already a done deal. But I'm going to be coming out with a whole series of videos on how to set it up and how to use it. So I'm going to start showing you a little bit more and kind of simplify it a little bit more for you. All right. So anyway, like I said, you used to see what I'm seeing, in the other trades, but I'm going to change it around a little bit. So anyway, let's talk about what happened yesterday because we definitely had a hell of a market. We had some stocks that were just crazy yesterday. My God, I'm looking so forward to even talking about them. How was that? This stock right here, POL, that thing just took off right around 11 o'clock, ran from $2 and it just did not stop. It went to 4. And then right around, 1 o'clock, if you came in the afternoon, this thing shot up from 4 all the way up to a whopping $11. I mean, it was one of the really, really big movers of the week, I would call it. Reminds me a lot like 4C, So remember 4C last week we traded? Same exact thing, really nice move. So, listen, you can trade in the middle of the day. It's always preferable the first hour and the last hour, but, this stock obviously did pretty well. But there was a whole list of stocks that we traded. Mara had a great move yesterday. You could see it on the long-term chart in the bottom right-hand corner. That stock has just been about over 100%. Really was excited about the news that's coming out on that next year. If everything works out, coin was the other one. Oops. What happened here? Why did my computer locked up? Oh, no. What happened here?
I see.
I'm completely locked up. I don't know what happened.
Okay, one sec. Hold on. Oh, yeah, no, you're good to go. You're on.
All right, let me just see. Can everybody see okay? Doesn't look like I still see I'm locked up right here. Hold on 1 second. That's weird. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to have to reboot. What the hell just happened? I can't even do Control-Alt-Delete. Well, I have to turn my computer off and turn it back on. That is very weird.
All right, folks, we are back. How about this for a late substitution? Tech issues happen to everybody, of course, myself included, just yesterday. So, hey, getting the hot tag from Fausto just to finish up this morning meeting, just going through the morning list and just finishing up the gainers and losers list, essentially. So, obviously, we've said great to see Linda, Leda, Bill, Grant, Sam, Margaret, and all of our students alike inside our trading room this morning. But the show keeps going. Fausto will be good to go by 9:30 for all of us there, I'm sure. But let's keep moving on along. Let's actually just kind of go right from top to bottom, actually, because I was talking to a student via private chat. I was kind of focused on the conversation, just helping them out just for the morning and doing some coaching later with them. And it kind of hit me. I didn't even realize he was frozen. So honestly, from this point, let's just kind of start fresh right from the top of the gainers list here and just work our way down. Obviously, I know you spoke about a few of these trades already, but SMFL up 220% thus far. Just make sure I'm good to go on social. Yeah. All right, cool. There we go. All right, so SMFL. We got to add this to our list, of course, at this point. It's up so much, trading so much volume, but beware of days like this where you see this long upwick and then, pop and drop. So obviously history will repeat itself there. I was very leery of putting this MSAI on the pre-market list to start, and I ended up doing it anyway just because I thought there was a case to see it try and pop higher, at the 8 a.m. move, just never got going. And well, looking at the daily chart, no surprise with what it's doing right now. Hook, hey, we are familiar with Hook. We've traded Hook a little while back. Maybe it was this year, last year, just off a nice pop up here. So this stock has a good order book. We're familiar with it. Has good liquidity normally. We like that. Just very flat, right? So, it's the tough one to add to our list so far. I'm going to add it for the meantime. I'll kind of put it near the bottom as I just kind of build this list up. But, if we have a lot of other stocks that are trending better than Hook, then I'll probably scrap it. You know what I mean? I know Fausto called out the PRZO bounce at first. That was a good call out at the time from like 165. It was good for like 15, 20 cents. I was just trying to see like what led to the move to begin with. It just kind of took off as soon as he had called it out. So, perhaps one of those intuition moves, and just he noticed the potential bounce back up maybe, and didn't break higher yet, but there's a case for it, right? With that said, where I kind of could just said about Hook, lower highs, higher lows, right? It's kind of the same exact move, right? So getting back to PRZO, I guess I'll kind of slip that on our list too now at this point, just kind of near the middle, near the bottom. All right, we keep it going though. I got Sing up and down already. That one's done. The SWFL, not SMFL. So Traders Dyslexia Paradise right there. ANNX. This had a decent book at 8 a.m. It looks like it, I don't know, maybe not as good as I thought it could have been, but perhaps after 9:30, this would be better at least. The stock had a big gap down and tried to fill part of it, ended up essentially just kind of hitting resistance off of this bottom at the time. But, this could be a decent trade, I still feel like. It's up 28%. Perhaps more traders catch on to this type of move, once the opening bell hits. So I'm going to add this as well. We have 4 already on our watch list. We don't like to build up too big of a list, do we? So, that's where we're going to get to our crypto stocks. Got the Mara, the Canon. All of those are definitely in play still. Like, you'd figure every day they should be at this point, especially with how much they moved up. You're going to get more attention on them even heading into next year. It's not even that. It's just the fact that this morning it is up percentage-wise. This morning it is at least still kind of holding near, that area. It's not breaking a lower low like some of the others are at least. So not all of them are going to be added to our watch list, but let's just go through them. Mara shaking back down pretty hard, at least. It isn't technically breaking lower, but just when you thought it was going to make a better move up to 24, just held at 23.50, pulling back down now here. Just going through the others, like we said, Canon, Hut, Hive, the new one, CIFR, which I'm personally a fan of. This is still holding near yesterday's high. So that's actually pretty strong to me. I like that. I mean, that's like right off of 415, 420-ish year. And that was even a peak back in early November. So this one, actually, I think I'm going to add to our list specifically, CIFR. It's up 9%, but some of the others we could definitely add as well. Let's just kind of finish up the gainer side here, and then we'll kind of go through. Gotta be picky and choosy on a morning like today, right? I mean, it's one of the hump days of the week still, Thursday. But nevertheless, like there's still going to be some trades out there that are reeling off of this week's momentum, and there could be other stocks popping off of news of its own. So that's where I always feel Wednesdays and Thursdays, unless if it's like, I mean, this is a holiday week technically, but I mean, we're talking like presidential election season, perhaps like right at the presidential election, State of the Union, perhaps like, those types of days specifically are going to be really slow. But outside of that, Wednesdays, Thursdays, pretty much decent. Blink going back up. This got smashed yesterday, though, unfortunately. I was looking for this to break higher from resistance. We had a strong level of 367, I think it was. Just ended up holding like a rock. And then once the markets dropped, a lot of these stocks that are of high short interest, including Blink, got squashed. So, whole market pulled back like Fausto brought up yesterday. Dow, I think it was like 500-point drop heading into the close. Hey, he'll go over that today in the open house. I know he has an introductory to day trading webinar for all of us on YouTube, at least later on this morning. So stay tuned for that. But let's just finish up the rest of the gainer side here. Micron, I'm going to assume earnings. Even if I'm wrong with that, just normally Micron's not up 7.5%. We normally don't trade a stock this expensive. This is normally a slower one of these, right? Out of the chip stocks, tech stocks, like this has been a slower trade compared to the AMD and NVIDIA. We don't mind slow. Hey, look at the last one I said that about with like the chip stocks, Intel. Like that had a really strong move off earnings. So is it possible for Micron to really get going? Yeah, of course. But when you compare Intel to Micron, hey, Intel's within our price range, or it has been. So, right now I don't feel a great need to like feature this. Hey, if you want to focus on the more expensive stocks, and this is good for you. Trust me. I mean, look at it. It's trading 1.3 million shares coming off a news catalyst like earnings. If you trade options on it, hey, this could be a good one for you. Linda saying, could speech be slowed down a bit for hearing impaired? Not joking. No problemo. I will try and slow it down a bit. I haven't even popped my energy drink just yet even. So my apologies there. Hey, we always suggest, hey, if there's any feedback, just let us know. No problem at all, Linda. We'll take care of you here, Fausto talking. So let's see if there's any stocks on the loser side here right now. We got the POL, of course, top percent gainer, making the percent losers list as we suggested yesterday. Had a feeling that was going to happen. Now, otherwise, I don't really see if there's any other stocks that are shortable, that are easy to borrow, that are down a lot percentage-wise that could be of note. It's an ETF, LABD. Oh, BB is coming off of earnings, BlackBerry, that is. I don't really see anything else that's popping up on the loser side. So I'll hop over to the scanners here, see if there's anything looking good from there. Check over from YouTube chat as well. I don't really see anything that I'm a fan of. So with that, let me jump back to some of the crypto stocks. Looks like CLSK dumping off a little bit here. As we said, Mara dropping off a bit. We'll keep them on our side list. If you trade these stocks every day and you do well on them, more days than not, you know who you are, right? Look at yourself in the mirror. You know who you are if you're doing that. So I suggest for those traders, for you to put those stocks on your personal list. But, for now, they're dumping back down. They were looking good just before. So I'm sure we'll call out Mara again after the market opens up, CLSK, all of these crypto stocks to a degree. We'll look to call out today and throughout this week. Just right now, we'll focus on some of the others. The SMFL, the CIFR actually is one of them. So at least one of those mining stocks I slipped on there specifically. But, you got a few more of these trades at least that could go on their own, especially if the markets pull back once again today. So just be on the lookout for that. Now, again, for Grant, Linda, Michael, Chris, John, Kathleen, Leda, Danny, all of our students in the chat board, of course. Again, last call. If there's anything else, just let me know here in the chat. Going once, going twice, going thrice. All right, we are going to finish up then. Hey, we're fine with this list. I like what we got. Really, we don't like to build out too big of a list. I started off the gainers list with a bunch of stocks that I slipped on there. And thankfully, there wasn't really a need to put many more on after. So the list isn't really too large. So start and stick with this list, folks. Fausto and myself will both be back on in about 10 or 11 minutes live inside our trading room. So for all of us on social media, hey, at first, if you're not subscribed yet to our social media streams and platforms, just always look to do that. Hit that subscribe button right there on the bottom of the YouTube channel there at Cyber Trading U. Be a friend, tell a friend. Look to spread the good word of Cyber Trading University, as I like to say. Any questions that you got for us, though, feel free to shoot me over a quick email personally, josh@c2trading.com. Fausto has an introductory to day trading webinar lined up today, and I know that we'll be doing a replay of that on our YouTube channel over time in the next day or two. So be on the lookout for that in specific. But hey, if you have been a subscriber already, if you're looking to join us inside our live trading room, join our students right now, and of course myself and Fausto coming up for the opening bell today. Just scan that QR code on the top left of the stream, just on the top left there. If you're not as good with your camera with your phone, I normally have not been until late, until I start doing these streams. Just go right down to the link on the green banner below, www.ctu.co/trial. And then, hey, if you're a student already, stay put, stay right there. We'll be good to go coming up in about 10 or 11 minutes, folks, just for the opening bell. Talk to you all soon.